Let's analyze an electrical bid for a basement finish project. The original bid proposes a rough electrical cost calculated as follows: 900 square feet at $2.50 per square foot equals $22.50. 12 can lights are priced at $75 each, totaling $900. The ceiling fan installation is bid at $150. This results in a total rough electrical cost of $3,300. The trim electrical work is estimated by individual components. 39 wall openings are priced at $10 each, totaling $390. 14 ceiling openings are priced at $10 each, amounting to $140. 2 phone outlets are priced at $50 each, totaling $100. 2 television outlets are priced at $50 each, also totaling $100. This yields a total trim electrical cost of $730. The overall bid is the sum of the rough and trim electrical costs, totaling $4,030. An assessment suggests that this bid is slightly high. Firstly, the square footage rate of $2.50 per square foot is somewhat high for a basement finish, considering it typically involves less time and materials compared to a regular room installation. Secondly, while the number of wall and ceiling openings is average, the cost per opening is also slightly high. To make the bid more competitive, the following adjustments are recommended. Firstly, reduce the square footage rate to $2.0 per square foot. Secondly, lower the cost per wall opening to $8 each and the cost per ceiling opening to $9 each. Now, let's recalculate the bid with these adjustments. The revised rough electrical cost is calculated as follows: 900 square feet at $2.0 per square foot equals $1,800. The 12 can lights remain at $75 each, totaling $900. The ceiling fan installation remains at $150. This results in a revised total rough electrical cost of $2850. For the trim electrical, the revised costs are 39 wall openings at $8 each, totaling $312, and 14 ceiling openings at $9 each, totaling $126. The 2 phone outlets remain at $50 each, totaling $100, and the 2 television outlets remain at $50 each, totaling $100. The revised total trim electrical cost is now $638. The revised overall bid is the sum of the revised rough and trim electrical costs, which equals $3,488. The final bid reflects a more competitive price while still providing a fair profit margin. Let's delve deeper into the factors that influence electrical bidding and how to accurately estimate costs. Several key elements contribute to a successful and profitable electrical bid. Firstly, material costs. Accurate estimation of material costs is paramount. This includes the cost of wiring, conduit boxes, fixtures, devices such as switches and receptacles, and any other necessary components. Obtain quotes from multiple suppliers to ensure you are getting the best possible prices. Consider factors such as bulk discounts and delivery charges. Secondly, labor cost. Labor is a significant expense, and accurately estimating labor hours is crucial. Consider the complexity of the job, the experience of your electricians, and any potential challenges that may arise. Break down the project into smaller tasks and estimate the time required for each task. Factor in time for travel, setup, cleanup, and breaks. Thirdly, overhead costs. Overhead costs encompass all the indirect expenses associated with running your business. This includes rent, utilities, insurance, vehicle expenses, office supplies, and salaries for non-billable staff. Calculate your overhead rate by dividing your total overhead costs by your total direct labor costs. Add this overhead rate to your labor cost. Ensure you are covering all your expenses. Fourthly, profit margin. Your profit margin is the percentage of revenue that remains after all expenses are being paid. A healthy profit margin is essential for the long-term sustainability of your business. Consider your desired profit margin when preparing your bid. Factors such as competition risk and project complexity can influence your profit margin. Fifthly, permits and fees. Electrical work typically requires permits from local authorities. Obtain the necessary permits and factor the cost of these permits into your bid. Also, consider any inspection fees that may be required. Sixthly, contingency. A contingency is an amount added to your bid to cover unexpected costs or potential risks. It is wise to include a contingency in your bid to protect yourself from unforeseen circumstances. The amount of contingency will depend on the complexity and risk associated with the project. Seventhly, markup and profit. The markup is the percentage added to your direct costs to cover overhead and profit. A typical markup for electrical work ranges from 15% to 25%. Consider your desired profit margin and overhead rate when determining your markup. Eighthly, scope of work. Clearly define the scope of work in your bid. This will help to avoid misunderstandings and disputes with the client. Specify exactly what work is included in the bid and what work is excluded. Be specific about the types of materials that will be used and the quality of workmanship that will be provided. Ninthly, payment terms. Clearly outline your payment terms in your bid. Specify the payment schedule, the acceptable methods of payment, and any penalties for late payment. It is common to require a deposit upfront, with progress payments made throughout the project. Tenthly, insurance. Ensure you have adequate insurance coverage to protect yourself from liability. This includes general liability insurance, workers' compensation insurance, and professional liability insurance. 11thly, warranty. Provide a warranty for your workmanship. This will give the client peace of mind and demonstrate your commitment to quality. Specify the length of the warranty and the types of defects that are covered. 12thly, contract. Use a written contract for all electrical work. The contract should clearly outline the scope of work, payment terms, insurance coverage, and warranty. A well-written contract will help to protect both you and the client. 13thly, estimating software. Consider using electrical estimating software to streamline the bidding process. Estimating software can help you to accurately estimate material costs, labor hours, and overhead expenses. It can also help you to create professional-looking bids. 14thly, review and adjust. Regularly review your bidding process and make adjustments as necessary. Track your actual costs and compare them to your estimated costs. This will help you to identify areas where you can improve your estimating accuracy. 15thly, local market conditions. Research local market conditions to understand the prevailing rates for electrical work in your area. This will help you to ensure that your bids are competitive. Consider factors such as the demand for electrical services, the availability of qualified electricians, and the cost of living. 16thly, customer relationships. Building strong relationships with your customers can lead to repeat business and referrals. Provide excellent customer service and be responsive to their needs. A satisfied customer is your best form of advertising. 17thly, continuing education. Stay up to date on the latest electrical codes, technologies, and best practices. Attend continuing education courses and workshops to enhance your skills and knowledge. This will help you to provide your customers with the best possible service. 18thly, safety. Always prioritize safety on the job site. Follow all applicable safety regulations and use appropriate personal protective equipment. A safe work environment will help to prevent accidents and injuries. 19thly, documentation. Keep accurate records of all your work, including permits, inspections, contracts, and invoices. This will help to protect you in the event of a dispute with a client. 20thly, professional appearance. Present a professional image to your customers. This includes wearing clean and presentable clothing, using well-maintained equipment, and having a professional website and business cards. A professional appearance will help to build trust and confidence with your customers. Let's consider some best practices for accurate electrical estimating. Firstly, detailed take. Perform a comprehensive review of the project plans and specifications to identify all electrical work that needs to be performed. Create a detailed list of all materials and labor required. Secondly, accurate pricing. Obtain current pricing for all materials from multiple suppliers. Use historical data from previous projects to estimate labor costs. Factor in any potential price increases or material shortages. Thirdly, labor productivity. Accurately estimate labor productivity based on the experience of your electricians and the complexity of the job. Use industry benchmarks and historical data to estimate labor hours. Fourthly, risk assessment. Identify potential risks and challenges associated with the project. Factor in a contingency to cover unexpected costs or delays. Fifthly, market analysis. Research local market conditions to understand the prevailing rates for electrical work in your area. Adjust your bids accordingly to remain competitive. Sixthly, software utilization. Leverage electrical estimating software to streamline the bidding process and improve accuracy. Utilize features such as material databases, labor calculators, and bid templates. Seventhly, peer review. Have another experienced electrician review your bids before submitting them. A fresh set of eyes can help to identify potential errors or omissions. Eighthly, continuous improvement. Track your actual costs and compare them to your estimated costs. Analyze any variances and make adjustments to your estimating process as needed. Remember that electrical bidding is a complex process that requires careful attention to detail. By following these tips and best practices, you can improve your estimating accuracy, increase your profitability, and build a successful electrical contracting business.